Beautiful day outside today. Hope everyone is enjoying it. Hey, baseball on the north side. It'll be without Dansby Swanson. He's got a little bit of a knee, I guess. He's got a knee. So he is out for this one. Cubs trying to win the series against the Padres after walking San Diego off last night. For those of us in the local chapter of the Friars fan club, Jurko, it was a little bit of a tough night, you know.
Tough night last night?
There are some of us in the fan club, you know, local chapter 404.
The Friars.
Yeah, the Friars, yeah.
The Friars.
The Friars fan club.
I mean, Deep Friars fan club?
No.
Which one is this?
Friar. Friars.
Okay.
Friars. Yeah, not the Deep Friars. That's another nickname for the Padres.
Yes, yeah, I gotcha. Like Little John. No, Little John in Robin Hood. Who was the name of the priest?
It was
Finger, Big Finger.
Tuck.
Friar Tuck.
Friar
Tuck. There you go.
Excuse me, Friar Tuck.
It was Friar Tuck,
yes.
like Friar Tuck.
Like Friar Tuck.
Friars, another name for the Padres.
I don't know why I said Father Tuck. I'm thinking of Mother's Day.
And he was a beekeeper in that movie, Robin, with Russell Crowe.
What's the story I heard Waddle and Sylvie talking about? Matt Eberflus has a beekeeping business on the side? That can't be.
Honey business.
Like a honey business.
You got to have bees, and you got to keep them to be able to have honey.
Matt Eberflus is making honey?
Eberflus honey, yes.
That can't be.
I wonder if we can get a jar. Maybe we can go online and buy a jar. Natural honey, Carm.
Could this possibly be?
Clover honey. Delicious.
Now, as for the schedule in the NFL, it was reported that it will officially be next week. That I guess teams were notified it's going to be next week. Jurko originally had the day pegged as May 9th, and then when we realized that it wasn't going to happen this week, we said, Jurko, how did that go so terribly wrong? And we realized he's using the Bing search engine, and that's not one you want to be using. Black and Abdallah have been making fun of him mercilessly for the last 48 hours.
I'm on the Google machine now. I'm on Google Dark.
But it does appear that the league had originally wanted to release the schedule in full this week, and for whatever reason, there's a delay.
There's financial considerations being made.
Some are speculating, including Boomer Esiason, that Netflix is jumping in this year.
Oh.
And that potentially one of the, he didn't say it. He kind of did what I've been doing with the Bears in Hard Knocks. I don't have, and I'm not a reporter anymore. I'm not.
News reporters invade my quarters. Go ahead.
I'm not publicizing or printing this in a reputable news outlet. So I can be a little bit more
speculative.
That's a good way to put it, and maybe slightly more careless. I don't have it definitively locked down with multiple sources the way my journalism teachers in college taught me. I'm pretty sure the Bears are getting Hard Knocks. And I've been saying that for a few weeks now, probably about a month ago.
People inside and people outside.
I've heard from both one source inside and one source outside. We'll call it a league source.
Yes.
Easiest way I could put it. That fully believes it's going to be announced soon that the Bears will be appearing on Hard Knocks later.
100%.
So, it's kind of like the Windhorse thing. Everybody does the meme now. Remember Windy from last year? I'm not saying. I'm just saying that thing. Like Boomer was doing one of those.
Right.
That don't be shocked if Netflix gets one of the Christmas Day games.
Oh, boy. Those are up for grabs then.
So is that what the delay is?
Well,
is that why the schedule is not out yet?
Carm, if one of the games is up for grabs, it's got to mean the other game is up for grabs too.
What will Netflix have to pay for one single game? And I was trying to remember.
I'm guessing, and I think it would be a package deal. Netflix would get a game and then a playoff game. Because I believe they went to the 7th playoff team on each side after they negotiated the deal in 2020. The deal, the 10-year contract was signed going into the 2020 campaign.
So what do you think Netflix would pay for one game this year?
I think for one game, $60 million. For a playoff game, $140 million.
So I think Jurko's probably in the ballpark.
So Peacock paid $110 million.
$110 million
for a wild card game.
For the playoff game. Now, that was a playoff game.
Yeah.
So is Jurko right? Are we thinking about 60 or 70 million?
Nope. The cost of everything keeps going up. I would say the standalone Christmas Day game would be closer to $100 million. And now Peacock can say, look at how many people watch the wild card game. Now, or the NFL can say, look at how many people watch the wild card game. Now the going rate for a wild card game is going to be 150, 160.
Sweet
because
Jesus.
it's not like the cost is going to come down. The cost is going to keep going up.
Now, and the NFL is also taking a look at what the NBA contracts that are going to be signed, what they're going to look like.
That's a big thing right now. Like
Right.
the NBA's negotiating on its new deal,
they
right?
are. Yes, they are. So the NFL, which is the king of the kings,
Yes, it is.
the king of the kings, everything up on top of the mountain with Zeus. Zeus and the NFL sit on top of the mountain. They're looking to see what kind of money people are going to spend for live television programming when it comes to sports. So it'll be interesting. But yes, that's probably what derailed my original exact date on when the schedule was supposed to come out.
It could be.
Agreed.
Chris, I don't know.
Well, hold on.
I love it.
Yerk, you're taking a victory lap. So you
I am
think
taking a two.
you think in
Once
the
I take
last
my next
3
one,
or 4 days that
then
Netflix was like, you know what? This Brady roast was nice.
Yeah.
Let's do some more football. And they said, beep, bap, boop, 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 bap, bap, boop. National Football League. Hi, it's Mr. Netflix.
Hi, NFL. It's Netflix.
How you
hello.
doing? My name's John Mulaney.
Yeah.
I would like to purchase some
Hey,
football
Netflix, NFL.
for Christmas. We don't
What's
have a big
available?
schedule on Christmas. What
Yeah.
can I have for Christmas?
what's available?
All right, get back to me. And then everyone at the league office said, hold it, right? They have this big countdown clock in the league office counting down to the new schedule release and a
said,
big
"Hold it."
button. One person is in charge of pushing the button, and then we get to find out the schedule. And the guy was about to hit the button to let us know that it was going to be this week. And then someone pushes open the doors and goes, hold on. We have a deal with Mr. Netflix. We got to figure this out next week.
Next week.
Release it on Bing so Jurko thinks it's going to happen this week.
I understand your skepticism. I don't know. I understand your flippant attitude toward my extensive knowledge.
Do you understand it?
I do, because it's coming through.
Oh, perfect.
The
Yeah.
sarcasm's coming through.
Fantastic.
Yeah, crystal clear it's coming through.
Listen, Mr. Crosby. The
NFL
Get it, Bing Crosby.
Yeah, I
get it.
The reason I think if anybody's going to take a victory lap,
It should be me.
It should be your best friend Mike Florio, because he's
Yeah.
the one that floated the idea that this is going to come out because of the upfronts and how big the NFL is on these networks. And so when all these networks have their upfronts next week, which is where they say these are the new shows that are going to fail during the fall,
Right.
they can say we also have an NFL game and we also have this, because that's the prize. The prize, like you guys said, is the NFL.
I think Jurko ultimately was onto something. He read it somewhere correctly. I think you're also right that Mike Florio gets a victory lap for this. We don't like admitting that Florio should take a victory lap for anything, but I think you're right. And I also like the fact that in Chris's scenario, I believe he had John Mulaney as the one calling the NFL.
Yeah.
And that's pretty hilarious to me.
Mr. Netflix.
NFL, it's John Mulaney. I put down the crack cocaine and we're ready to talk deal.
My new show wasn't that great, so here's what we're going to do now.
We'd like
no
some more
coke
football.
for me. Let's make a deal.
Not only am I going to take a victory lap in the honor of the great Alan Kulwicki, I am going to take a Polish victory lap and take one backwards around the track. Okay? So that'll be 2 victory laps.
I don't know those references.
Well, Alan Kulwicki was a NASCAR champion in the 7 Hooters car.
Yes.
Passed away tragically in a helicopter accident. But he was responsible
Not
for the
the way I
Polish.
would have thought he would have
The
died, but
Polish
okay.
victory lap is still what he was responsible
Not at all,
for.
right? Like,
Yeah.
normally, you're like, normally it's the rock stars that go that way.
First
He
of
was
all,
a NASCAR guy.
The NFL doesn't do anything kind of haphazard. Okay, the NFL has their schedule laid out at the beginning of the year. You know when the league year ends. You know when free agency begins. You know when tampering begins. You know when the first mini camps are. You know when the draft is going to be. You know when free agency. You know it all. This date, May 9th, was etched in stone until whenever Netflix called and whoever this
Total disagree.
crack-induced Mulaney is. I have
You're-
no
He's
idea.
He's
At
off
no
the
point-
crack now. So.
Yeah.
No, you said it was this week. It's not
Done.
this week. How
It was
are
a
you taking a
done
victory lap on
deal.
this?
Let him have
because
his
it
lap,
was
Chris.
supposed to be.
Let him
No,
take his
it
lap.
was
On
never
May
supposed to end.
9th,
We
was
knew it was
etched
going to be in
stone.
May.
And
That's
what they
it.
do with the stone, they shattered it
Let him take
and
his lap.
said, what did Netflix say? They wanted a Christmas game? Whoo, that's going to be more money for everybody. Let's do it.
This is the most asinine take on the radio station
I am
in
a
years.
genius. And like when Galileo said that the sun is the center of the earth and not the earth,
Yes.
what'd they do? They mocked him. They tried to stone him.
They did try to
Yes.
mock him.
Did they?
Exactly.
And he was right.
What you have here is you've been given knowledge and you refuse to accept and take it.
I'm asking, what is the
What you
knowledge?
should do is simply say thank you.
Yeah, Chris. Don't
Simply
you know he's
say
like
thank
Galileo?
you.
You
Yes.
don't
Thank
know
you
that?
for getting the date
Galileo.
wrong.
You don't
Yeah.
know that he's like Galileo?
For having the date right
What
And
the
then
hell is it right?
swept the rug out
What
from
was the
under
date
me.
that you reported?
They swept the rug out from under
Swept the
him.
rug out from under me.
Do we
with
have
my
a
partner.
schedule today?
I'm with my partner. Tomorrow we were
Thank
supposed
you.
to. My
What-
God.
what
We were supposed to.
What Florio
Thank
says
you.
on Pro Football Talk, your guy's best friend.
Next Wednesday,
He
right?
said, yeah, it's Wednesday, obviously,
Yeah,
but he
next
said
Wednesday.
teams had been expecting this release Thursday. And
Yes.
I will add my own that what happens when you assume things, you make an ass out of Jurko.
Well, okay. Do you
Not
know who
really.
really gets to take the victory lap, you guys?
I do. I'm doing it right now.
No, seriously.
Another win for the good kid.
Take a lap.
Do you know who gets the victory lap? It's the league and its owners again, and all the money. And it makes it, it drives home the point we've been making about the insanity of teams like the Bears and the Chiefs and anybody else begging the public for their money to build their new stadiums. When Netflix is going to pony up $100 million for a standalone game, and like Adam said, the price goes up to Peacock for a wild card weekend or divisional game, and it goes up to $150 million. And before you know it, it's going to be $200 million per game. And the TV deal is approaching $10 billion annually. $10 billion annually that the league and the 32 teams divide up. The cartel that is the NFL, the cartel that is professional sports in America. And they have the nerve to ask us for money to build their new stadium. The real victory lap, as always, goes to the billionaire owners. That's who gets to take a victory lap.
I think also, too, like, the NFL doesn't need us to be talking about them to be popular, right? But we've just
No,
spent...
but it's part of it, though. It's part of
it
their
is,
master
but
plan,
we just
Adam.
spent 15 minutes talking about a schedule
how
release
great I
that
am.
didn't happen.
Right. That didn't even happen.
That is going to happen next week.
Yeah.
Like, they got an extra week of pub because everyone thought the schedule was coming out this week, and now it's not coming out next week. So now we're talking about it, and us talking about it is brought to you by the Hard Rock Casino, Northern Indiana. And because of that, they get an extra day of us talking about the schedule release coming out. And now, of course, Boomer Esiason, who might be a tool of the league, saying...
Well, he's definitely a tool.
See what I did there? Saying that a game might go to Netflix, which he even said in his quote, I might be wrong.
He's doing the Windhorse.
He's doing the points. He's doing the, I don't know, guys.
But
I
Windhorse
might
was
be
right,
wrong.
though, right?
But
I mean,
yeah, Windhorse was ultimately right,
Yeah.
but we don't know.
312-332-3776. Mother's Day fails coming up at 1:15 for the $300 Tricoci gift card. $300, you kidding? What a gift that's going to make.